Yes, thank you, Chair. I understand that the future of the European Union will be decided in the dance contest, and I cannot wait to see Mr. Juncker taking Mr. Cameron in his arms. But I would just like to underline that the future of Europe is decided in an open, transparent and public debate in a democratic process and not in backroom deals. Now, the Council draft conclusions open with a very encouraging sentence saying, "Tackling the migration and refugee crisis is a common obligation which requires a comprehensive strategy and a determined effort over time in a spirit of solidarity and responsibility." And I thought, yes, this is a radical change of strategy in the Council. Wir schaffen das. Unfortunately, the determination of the Council ends after the first sentence. Now, the decision on the under 160,000 was already inadequate and everybody knew it, and many more people will come our way. But the Member States haven't even properly delivered on their previous pledges, never mind for additional refugees. And the only response of the Council seems to be, let's keep our eyes closed, so maybe the problem will go away. But citizens are concerned, not just members of Parliament.
Veld,
I see the Remain or Leave campaign has already started in this room.
Ja, aber nicht erst seit heute, Veld. Bitte sehr.
But citizens, presidency of the Council, I can see you're on the phone to a citizen right now, they're concerned. They see the images of large numbers of refugees coming this way. They also see refugee centres being established in their neighbourhoods, and they are anxious. But the majority of European citizens, I'm convinced, they want to welcome refugees and they want Europe to show solidarity. But they also want to know that Europe is able to cope with this situation. They want to see leadership. But instead, the government leaders, they are dithering and hesitating and ducking the issue and coming up with half-hearted and inadequate solutions. And how can you expect citizens to be confident that Europe can handle the situation if government leaders themselves do not show that they are up to the job? Now, Commission and Parliament have put forward proposals repeatedly for a comprehensive strategy, but the Council is silent or on the phone. But we urgently need a comprehensive policy here that includes legal avenues for migration, a real EU asylum policy with a permanent distribution key, and a real EU border control system. Now, on the talks with Turkey, I think that is very welcome and it's essential. But I wonder, Commission and Council, or Council in particular, are making promises about financial support without actually specifying where the money will come from. Now, earlier promises of funds, as Mr. Juncker just set out, have not been delivered upon. So, how can you promise more money to a country if you haven't even delivered on your earlier promises? And it's very clear that the current financial framework does not allow for this kind of exercises. And besides, I would like to echo the words of other speakers who ask themselves, how can we be sure that the human rights of refugees will be guaranteed in Turkey? Now, the Council proposals, or the Council draft conclusions also mention the aim of developing safe and sustainable reception capacities in the affected regions and providing lasting prospects for refugees. I was a little bit mystified by that, because I wonder what lasting prospects means exactly when you're in a refugee camp. And I hope, for your sake, that refugees have the same notion of lasting prospect. Now, reception in the region and cooperation with third countries mainly means outsourcing our problems. And I think it's a bit bitter that we are on one day applauding the Nobel Prize laureate Tunisia, the Peace Prize laureate, and at the same time we expect them to solve our problems and receive the people we turn away. Finally, President, yes, but I was interrupted, Chair. This is my last sentence. The draft conclusions do not remotely constitute an answer to the current situation. So ALDE expects you to go back and do your homework and come up with a realistic and comprehensive strategy so we can truly say to European citizens, wir schaffen das. Thank you.